What's going on, guys? I am live. Having a pretty good time. Just I actually hung out with friends earlier today. We didn't go live. We wanted to go live. Just all of us are just beat. You could see me. I'm wearing a baseball hat today. Had a lot of errands to do. Running around since way early this morning, and I got kind of no sleep last night from work. So yeah. So what's up? I see Brian's here. Brian Frober. Command the line. What's going on? I don't know if you joined us last time. I think you're always at work. You said I'm at work, but that doesn't mean anything. That's funny. That's hilarious. So let me go ahead and see if I can get this to work. So I think I figured out what happened last night, or actually 2 nights ago when I did this first part of the stream. I had something leaning on the keyboard. Remember, like I was like, why can't I unclick? I was blaming the mouse. Turned out it was the keyboard. Something was laying on it. It was holding spacebar down, which was pausing and unpausing the music repeatedly and causing chaos. And hopefully today I'll keep stuff away from it. But so yeah. Oh, you were at work last time? Okay. Let me see if it works here. There we go. You said I'm at work, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm doing anything. Well, you know, you're on call, right? That's awesome. So, yeah, you said you were here last time. And Brian's here. He wrote LOL. He's reacting to that. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think I have it all narrowed down. I have the animations going, all that good stuff. Like I said, I learn every stream that I'm on. I do hear some music in the background, which is great. That's exactly what I want. I'm just going to double check. I see levels here, and it's going out to you guys. Let me just hear it. Yep, that's what I'm hearing. Awesome. So yeah, I did actually start capping this monitor when I was talking to the guys. We had Jeff on, we had my buddy Kapow. I think any Mike wasn't feeling well, so he wasn't on, but that Tim guy was on. We're just talking about, you know, just in general, arcade stuff and life. So we were all tired. We didn't want to do it. We said, well, we won't go live tonight. But then I didn't think I'd go live too. But then I said, you know what? I already started capping the kit while I was talking to them. I was trying to finish it up. So I said, why not? Let me just throw it on. We'll do some live stuff and just hang out and chat. I'm trying to do more of this. That way I'm more in touch with the community and stuff. And yeah, so all right, so let's get started. So what I'll do is I'll switch over to my other view. Let me just make sure it's zoomed out. And I had it recording for a future video just to get some snippets, but I should be good to go now. All right. So I'm just here with a beer, just chilling out. Hopefully you have some nice soothing retro music in the background. Very subtle, so it's not boring, but still really cool to have. So let me go ahead and switch over to my other view. So there it is. I'm going to put some lights. That way it looks really awesome, nice and bright. And there you go. Cool. So I already started, you can see some of the caps. I did the filter cap, which is a little different. I'll explain how I did that. And then we have the caps. I'm coloring them red. Gibby actually had a good point today when I was doing it. He's like, hey, I usually colors them first, and then after he takes them out, he leaves them not colored because he feels, you know, they look kind of messed up like that. They look nice and fresh like that, but I do the opposite. So maybe I'll try that on my next chassis where I'll mark them all up and then figure it out. Now this thing here, it keeps falling apart. This is the horizontal width coil. It hasn't broken or anything. It's just kind of the plastic piece broke. Maybe I'll epoxy it down or something, but I might replace that. They don't have a replacement for the K4900, but they do have one for the K7000A that I think will work, according to a couple sources I've read. But anyway, what I've done so far, just to catch you guys up, what did I do here? So the ones in red, obviously, I replaced the fuse. This was blown. I did the, let's see, the hot, which is on the side here, and also the, let's see, the transistor on the side here, which is a voltage regulator. Now there's something really curious about this. Last time I actually was wrong, where I said that, let's see if I have it on the side here. Yeah, I was going to replace it with a STR, which one is this one? The STR 380. but actually they're different. The STR380 is for the medium res K4900. So I actually ordered the wrong ones a long time ago. So, you know, I wrote K4900. I actually have to change that. I'm going to write medium res. So that way I know for the future. Now, the difference is these, I believe, are 130 volts and these are 123 volts. So although it will work, I believe that the image or the B plus is going to be lower because of that. And this, I believe, has to be 130 volts for the B plus. This one only goes to, is it 123? I said it's like 7 volts difference. So because of that, the image will be a little smaller. So in a pinch, I guess it will work, but it's not really the correct one you're supposed to use. You're supposed to use this one, which is the STR381. We tested it, it was fine, and it looks fairly new as well, not corroded or rusted. So I just changed out the mica with this nice rubber modern one. So I won't have to put any paste on it. I changed out the hot, same way. This one was correct, it was a direct replacement. This is the 871, 2SD871. And then of course, the flyback had a hole in it. I'll show you here just as we do, just in case you missed the other video. Oh, it's in the garbage. Here it is. So this is the other one. This had a big old hole right in it. You can see it right there. Where it's totally charred and it melted, and part of this on the inside here is melted too. And you know, it was in pretty bad shape, so I'm pretty sure this failed, causing the hot to go out. Usually when the flyback has issues, the hot gets taken out, so that got taken out. The fuse got taken out here because of that, and it saved the rest of the chassis. So I'm pretty confident that this is going to fire up just fine. I'm not going to fire it up today. I actually don't have my test bench set up. But we will go ahead and cap the rest. I was going to finish it up tonight, and I said, you know what, let me just go on the air and just have fun chatting with people. Cool. So let me just go to chat real fast, and I'll see if I can grab some things on here. So yeah, the command line, you're saying you have an MS929 to finish up this weekend, and then I have to redo my CPS2 batteries. This will be the last time I do batteries, probably going to go with the new zero key. Okay, so I know, so zero key, explain that, because I know you have a few minutes, I think, to change the battery, where you can swap it out. You have to do it pretty quickly. But I know there's a mod hack that I think I saw a guy at a show where he was actually bridging 2 points, like jumpers and stuff, depending which board you had. And he can actually kind of phoenix your CPS2 boards without phoenixing them. Like, it was pretty legit what he was doing, but he was adding like a mod board to it. It's a tiny little board. So I'm curious what you have to say about that. Cool. All right. So I'm going to glance at chat every now and then. But before that, I wanted to show you guys something. This is pretty cool. I just got this in the mail today. Well, I got 2 things in the mail. So I don't know if you can see this, but I got my fan. So this is the exhaust. You can see there's like little marks here and stuff. That's actually where the smoke went in. And this is a carbon filter on here. So it's actually sucking everything out and exhausting it the other way. And it comes out clear. So the smoke will come in, but it comes out clear. It's pretty cool. Came with 2 filters, and then this one I got, it costs maybe like $1 more than the normal one. There was one that just had the fan and that's it, the filter. This one has little arms, check it out. So if you wanted to, you can kind of face it where this is away from you. You can have it hold a board or something and then solder, and it goes right into there. So I think that's cool if you're working on smaller stuff like, you know, Arduinos or something like that. So, you know, why not? It's $1 more. I said, let me get it. And these can unscrew from the side. So if you don't want them there, you can take them off. But I thought it was cool to have them. So anyway, this is, I usually just put them up like this now. And then this is going on the side over here. And it's pretty far away. And it's still, what happens is I'll see the smoke rise a little bit and then it'll go right into it. And it's, I think, 3,300 RPM, something like that. But hopefully you guys can hear me, because what's happening is I have some line filters on my microphone so that it kind of removes the hiss. So you probably won't hear it, but it's kind of sacrifices my voice quality a little bit, but at least it's, you know, you can hear me better. So let me go ahead and take this out. What I had to do is, in order to get the the big B plus cap out, I had to use the braid because that thing would not come out, even with my Hako. So I'll show you the difference. I saved it anyway because it actually tested okay. But I swapped it out. This is the old one that was in there, but look at the size difference. This one's humongous compared to that, and it's also a lot taller. This is probably like 3/4 the size of this one. But yeah, so if we look at it, yeah. So this is so big, it actually has 2 posts. So this is positive and negative, and then these 2 posts on the side just hold it in place. But I decided to swap it out. But when you do that, here, let me just put this back in here. I keep it as spare parts because it is still good. So in a pinch, if I have one that's completely dead or leaking, I can just whip this out and still use it. So I try not to, especially with monitor parts, you know, they're going to become scarce one day. So I start stuff that still tests good. I'm not going to leave it in there, but I'd rather put a fresh one in there and save the old one just in case. You never know. So on this one, I'll explain. Oh, I forgot about this. Sorry. So this is actually, I have a Colecovision, and the Colecovision, the power supplies, they're like huge bricks. They're about, I would say they're about this big and this thick. They're super thick, and they have one cord that plugs in the wall, and then the other cord kind of goes to, you know, the receptacle that goes into the back of the Colecovision. So this one, it's pretty cool with what it does. It's from Germany. I actually got it from, I can't remember the company. I mean, this is the box right here. You know, it's this company here, whatever that is. I can't remember the website, but I found it on Twitter through one of the guys. Oh, here it is. It's dragonbox.de. That's who does it. And what it is that, see how it has the plug, this receptacle right there? You actually plug this into the ColecoVision where this whole thing gets buried in there, you know, on the back of the console. And then all you see on the back is a USB Type-C port. You plug in a USB Type-C with a wall wire. It doesn't come with it. It's just a dongle or the adapter. And it converts the voltage of that USB Type-C into that. You just need it to be like 2 amps or higher. So it converts it right into power, and it powers the ColecoVision, even with adapters and everything. I think it's awesome. So I had to get it. I saw, I'm trying to remember who was it? I think it was Time Runner, actually. So Time Runner on Twitter had it. He said, hey, I got mine in the mail. I think Ty also had one or knew about it, Ty Lori. But I think it's cool. It came in the mail, and I'm definitely going to use it. I'm not having issues with my ColecoVision now, but every now and then I'll turn it on, and I'm thinking, oh, the cartridge is in wrong. And I heard it's just the power supply that you have to replace. So hopefully this will solve my problem. We'll see. The other thing I have that's cool, and I'll show you that too. And yes, I still have my ColecoVision hooked up to a CRT. It's pretty awesome. I have a small 13-inch. But this is the ultimate SD card. I do have a ton of cartridges that are all original. But this one, check it out. SD card. So you can put homebrew games on here. You can put originals on here. It's cool because it's less wear and tear on the system. I can just hit the reset button here to reset the game. Yeah, so it's pretty neat. It has an LED on the front. Tells you what it's doing when it's loading. And it's all hardware driven because you're using real hardware. So this is not FPGA or anything. This is just the ROM in the cartridge, and it just, bam, you put it in there and it loads whatever game you want. It comes up with a menu and you just load the game. So this thing is really awesome, but occasionally I'll pull out my carts, but I do have the carts in a box. I just packed them away and I said, let me just load, I don't know if I have every single one in here, but I have the ones that are my favorites loaded on there, which I own. So I think it's cool. I bought this, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. It's pretty cool. Anyway, these two things together, can't wait to try them. Let me know in the comments if I could always do a video on that. And let's see, let me check the chat really quick. Hey, Mikey Currington, what's going on? And again, you're a legend. Funds for more big giant German power supplies. So yeah, Super Chat is open. He was suggesting I do a fundraiser or a giveaway. I still have to think about that. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, all the proceeds, of course, go right into the channel. And I've spent tons of money on this, but I love doing it. I don't really care. But thanks again, Mikey. That's awesome that you did that. Cool. So everything seems to be functioning great. Last time I went to air, I had some issues, like I said, with the chat, with this program. It turned out I had like a screwdriver or pliers or something leaning on my keyboard on the space bar. So it was firing off everything all at once. I couldn't figure out why, and that's what it was. Oh, okay. So Command the Line, you answered the question about the CPS2. You said you were trying to go with the new 0 key. So yeah, okay. So I believe it's called the Infinity Key, and it's a way of replacing the encryption, and you can remove the battery. It's not like the old Phoenix ROM, which is decrypted. This lets you keep it. Yeah. So that's exactly what I was talking about. I think it's the one I saw at the show. I kind of heard about it a little bit. So you basically keep the original encrypted ROM. Yeah. So that's more dedicated, I guess, if you're a purist. That's probably the way I go as well. I know there's some things you can do for was it Buster Brothers or Super Buster Brothers? They have the Kabuki chip, I want to say, that you can burn 2 ROMs and go around it, but now you don't have to do that. You can actually, if it dies and suicides, you can reprogram it with an external device, which actually injects the code back into it, where you get the battery and replace everything, so it's all original. I think that's cool. Nice. Oh, I just did it again. Let me see if I can get it out. There we go. Oh, really? Paradise Arcade? Yeah, Brian's saying Paradise Arcade sells those for like $20. That's cool. I didn't know that. Hey, we have Joshua Manypenny. What's up, Dilly and the arcade folk? Just giving a shout out. I think this program that I put in here is pretty awesome with the chat. It shows your avatar and everything. I think it's cool. Everybody knows one another. Are all doing their all stuff. They're talking to each other in chat. It's like, yo, Joshua, what's going on? So yeah, I love tinkering with this stuff. I could spend hours just, messing with layouts and all that good stuff. So I'll show you something really quick if you guys are curious. I started messing with layouts. Check this out. I did a little test here. I'm going to put it up for a second. But it tells you the last person that donated. It has a couple of errors on there, which I haven't worked out yet, but check this out. So I'm still messing around with stuff. Stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we'll stick with this. And I do have my other camera view, so if you guys want to, go back to it, I can do that. Check me out. I'm right here. So I'm right at my bench. Just have it on this. So you can catch me on Twitter. I'm going to have Twitch eventually, but for now, I'm not really kind of new at that platform. Better at YouTube here. So yeah, here's the YouTube if you guys don't already know. And I'm on Instagram as well. So catch me on all those platforms. I always post stuff interesting or reply to things. So, or you can always just leave something in the comments. I'll always answer you guys back. So nice. Hey, Mikey, no problem. He said he can't stick around. He's at work and you get in the tails. Yeah, I was like that the other day, man. Yeah, no problem. Take care, Mikey. Nice. Okay, yeah, I understand Joshua too. Everybody's at work, but that's cool. But it's really for me. I'm just kind of like I was here capping this anyway. I might only make this maybe an hour stream. I just have to get up tomorrow for my daughter. If she has school, it's supposed to snow. So if she's home, if she has school, we're good to go. If school is closed because of the snow, then that's when she's going to be home and I have to get up. But I do work later in the day, so snow should be done by noon. So we'll see what happens with that. And this is some flux also that I might try today. I got to see. But this is like really expensive flux and it works really well. It's clear, it's non-messy. I wrote flux on it. It has like a plunger that you put in here. But this works really, really good if you want to use it like to take out sockets. It works amazingly well. Yep. All right. So I guess let's get going. Can you guys hear the music okay? Is it too loud, too low? I'm still playing with the levels. I think last time it was at 20%. Now I put it at 25 just to see if that'll solve or sound better. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's from Epidemic Sound. I'm not sponsored by them, but I just, I pay for them. It's a monthly thing that I do. That way it's all royalty free. I don't have to worry about it because I was just stressing out all the time trying to find, just different music to use all the time. Cool. All right, so let's get going and start repairing and capping the rest of this monitor. So now that I caught you up on what I'm doing here, let me just check this out. I could just tie this up and kind of. I want to get this out of the way here. So those are those caps there. See, I don't want to mess with that. I feel like I should glue it now, but see, it's just broken right there. But it's still connected. All right, let's just run with it, I guess. I noticed something else too, that I don't think there's a jumper here. I could be wrong. I have to check my other 4900. But I'm going to zoom in because I like to examine them before I fire them up. I fired this up once and it was dead. It was playing blind when I bought the Ring King. But can you see this jumper right here? There's like 3 jumpers. Usually there's a jumper that you put where you can move it left or right. So that's the horizontal position where it moves, shifts the screen left to right or centered. There's supposed to be a jumper in there. There's none. So I'm going to look at my other, either at the schematics or I can just look at my other 4900 and figure out if there's really supposed to be one there. I think there is, because I had another video. It's hilarious. I actually go to my own videos to research stuff. But I have a 4900. I think the thumbnail says it's dead, Jim. It's like Star Trek. But on that one, I believe I had one missing as well, and I had to make one. So that, I think, is where it goes. There's supposed to be a pin there, and then a yellow wire comes out, and then you can jump it to wherever you need to. If you don't have it jumped, I'm assuming it just automatically centers. So maybe it's not needed. I don't know. But I might have to build one. Let's see. But yeah, there's an empty thing there. And it looks like heat was applied to that. And on the other side, too, it looks like maybe it fell out or something. So I got to see. I'm not really sure on that, but I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm not going to fire it up today, so I don't think it matters. The other thing I wanted to point out is... Where is it? There's a metal piece. There was like a metal bracket that went from here and kind of screwed into the old flyback. I'll grab the old flyback again. So it had like a screw right here. See that? It's like a nut. This one doesn't have that because it has like a clip that pushes down and it keeps it there. So that's this right here. So a little bit different. And it doesn't have a hole. But I don't need that metal bracket anymore, so I just chucked it. I actually chucked it in a box. I didn't chuck it completely. All right, let's get going. All right, so since we're nice and close here, man, these wires are getting all in my way. I wonder if I should try to zip tie them or something temporarily. They just keep, like, every time I go to shoot something, they're just, here I am. So I did this section here as well. See all the red? I didn't do this one yet. It's really funny because these red ones are rated for higher heat because they're next to the heatsink there, and they won't melt or anything because this thing gets really hot. However, all of these that I'm putting in there are rated for that anyway. They're rated for like 105 centigrade or something. It's something crazy. So I won't have to worry about that. So even though I'm not replacing it with a red one, I'm going to replace it with one of these, which are rated. All of them are rated really equal to that. Let me take a look, actually. I'm curious. I'm going to take one of the bigger ones. So this is what I did, where I put it on this piece of foam. And let me take this one out here and just quickly look. So this one is rated for, I think it says it somewhere on here. Yeah, this is rated for 105 degrees Celsius. So that's what that red one is rated for. And then the other ones, I'm curious, actually. let me pull it out of my parts. I have like a little thing that I put them in here. Does it say it? Yeah, this is 85 degrees Celsius, but all of the ones that I'm putting in all say 105, so they're all rated for that red one there. So I'm safe. We're good to go if you're curious on that. This one's rated to 85 as well, the old one. And they're Nichicons too, which is great. But what is this one here? Looks like Marcon. It's hard to see. My eyesight's just getting worse every day. Sucks, getting old. All right, so let me go ahead and do that. I'll check chat really quick. Looks like we just have the regulars in here. And feel free to chat. This is live, so awesome. Yeah, Joshua, that's what I was getting at for that the music is loud enough to take up the silence, but my speech is not overpowered. That's exactly what I want. Just to give it some variety. All right, so I'm going to start. I usually start with the bigger caps. Let's start with this one here. So this one had glue on it, and what I did was, you know, this is earlier today. I was working on it. I just basically took pliers like this, and you kind of squeeze the glue, and then lift it out, and it comes out in one piece, and just chuck it. But it's not. Some people think it's leaking. It's not leaking. It's actually glue. With the bigger ones, because the games are moved and stuff, they don't want any issues, so they just put hot glue on the bottom. So I removed the hot glue on all of them already. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that one. So that one, it looks like this is a great chassis to work on because everything is labeled. So this says C313 on it. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. So I'm just going to take my hot glue. I shouldn't have to mute it. I think it's good. It's kind of away from the mic. But did I get that one? Right. See if that'll come out. Yep, falls right out. So what I'll do too, I have like an alcohol swab here. I like to go over these with a little bit of alcohol, just slightly. Might have dried up already, but yeah, you can see it's a little dirty. That just came off. Just to make a nice clean connection for later. So I'm gonna look at it here. So that's 100 microfarads, 160 volts. So most likely this is going to be replaced with a 250. As long as it's 160 or higher, never go below. So if this said 150 volts, you could not. So if the replacement one said 50 volts, you would not be able to use it because you want to have it rated 160 or higher. So typically, because they're smaller in size because of technology, like I'll get the new one here. Let me just pick it out here. Let's see, what did I just do? So that's C313. I'm going to grab this and C313. Well, what was it? It was 100 at 160. So it's 100 250. That's this. So see how it's rated higher, 250. So that's fine to use. Sometimes you'll be recapping a chassis and you'll have the 160, right? But you'll see 250 and be like, wait, I can't go lower. That's bad. But if you look at the schematics, it's going to tell you that to use a 160, so you're fine. So I see that question a lot with people like, it's lower, what do I do? So yeah, 250, I'm going to take this one out. And then I have this one separate here where I can mark it off. Can't remember. Oh, here it is. So that was C313, right? C313 is right here. So I'm going to mark off 100, 250. So I just put a little dot. And we're good to go. So now I can just pop it in there. I'm going to take this one. I usually chuck it in that. I want to have a big collection of caps in here. It's going to be nice. I've gotten in the habit of throwing them out, but then one of my friends was like, hey, just put it in a thing in case you need to grab it for any reason and double check your work. So, all right. So let's flip it over here. Now this side's a little dirty too. Let's see right there. So I'm just going to go over it just a little bit, get all that gunk out. So I did wash this monitor. This is a really, really clean chassis. Like, it looks unmolested, they say. Because, you know, I don't think it's ever been capped. All right, so negative is going to go towards the dot on this board. So you also see there's a positive symbol. You can see it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Let's see. All right. Cool. So that stays in nice and tight. I love when it does that, so then I don't have to hold it in. And I'm just going to quickly flip it over. And there it is. So I practiced. That was my other reason for not going live right away and doing a few caps. I was kind of practicing the camera angles with this new setup I've got, the overhead. So I have my iron set to 750. You can set it to 650, 750, whatever you want. I wouldn't set it any higher than that. You don't want to like lift the pads. But this is the Hako 888D. It's a digital one where you just you dial it in there. It has settings where you set it to 750 and it shows you that it's constantly set to that. It's pretty cool. And boom. Throw this in my parts. And that's that. So I'm going to double check my work. Negative was here. Positive was on the other side. And now I'm just going to mark it off. Let's see. I'm just going to kind of do the circle and fill it in. A lot of times I put an X where I just follow these little things there, but I feel X means bad, especially if it's in red. So I try to just fill it in. Sometimes I do black. Sometimes green. Green should be better, actually, because green means go, right? All right, so let's move on to this next big one. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Looks like it's C201. You can't really see because of the glare, but it's C201. Let's take that one out. Yeah. Just put it for a second, and then it just fell right out. There it is on the floor, well, underneath. So we'll look at this one. This one says 1000 at 16 volts. So C201, grab here. 1000 at 25 volts. Right. Yeah, see, this is why I don't throw them out. I think it said 25. Yeah, this says 16 volts, so 25 is greater than that, so we're fine. Okay, so I'm going to take it out. And then on this, C201 is the first one, 1000 at 25 volts. I'm just going to mark it. Man, easy peasy. So this can be very therapeutic. That one looks like it's pretty much clean, but just in case, I'm going to take the alcohol swab that's there. And negative is going to go towards the dot. See, this one's kind of loose, so I got to hold it in while I work on it. Put over. There. I'm going to kind of bend it a little bit. I don't like doing that, but it makes it stay in better. You could do that. It's not a big deal. You could bend them all the way if you want, but it just makes it easier to desolder. Try to be super neat with this, little OCD, but it's hard to see too at the angle I have at. But alright, so that one's done. Flip it over and do it again. So you could take them all out if you wanted to, but I just feel instead of chasing the numbers, it's just easier to see everything right off the bat. So I see here that C201, see it right there, it's labeled as well. So I'm going to check. There's a positive marking and negative, so that is incorrectly. It is in correctly. That's what I said. Just going to do some fun colored dots. There we go. All right. Let's double check. Keep an eye on chat. Let's see here. Let me actually zoom out so you can see what I'm working on here. Let's see. Wow. So Joshua was saying that he was capping a K7000. The bottom bubbled and pulled the leg out of it. I've seen that too. It's happened to me. Sometimes I've seen stuff also with no cap and it's just two stubs or two legs with no cap on it because it's just so deteriorated. Hey, what's going on, Brandon? You said you're not a fan of the music? Oh, that's cool. I'm just experimenting, you know. It could be just the wrong kind of music, but you know, this is royalty free, so put it all together. I think it's good. But what I may do is maybe tailor my selection a little more to be, I don't know, 80s-ish. Anyway, I just feel it's lonely here, and it's nice to hear my headphones while I work. Okay, so volume is fine. Solder remover. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, Josh is saying that it's awesome to collect hordes of casts. Makes the workbench look sweet AF. And Brandon C's like, yeah, buddy. Nice. Cool. So Brandon, you're on the Coin Rejects. That's cool. Yeah, I listen to your stuff all the time. I actually commented on Rolling Thunder. I love Rolling Thunder, and I think you guys are beating up that game. It's such a good game. You guys just don't know how to play it. You actually need a 4-way to play that properly. If you try with an 8-way, and I think that's what you guys are doing, sometimes it won't duck correctly, or you'll get stuck where you can't get out of the duck, so you'll end up dying. So maybe that's the issue. But I love that game. I can finish it almost in 1 quarter. Almost. Really cool game. Nice. All right, let's get back to this. Like I said, it's really for me. I'm just relaxing here. So I'm taking you guys on a journey. So let's get on that one. Hopefully you guys can see it's nice and clear. I'm going to zoom in a second. I'm just trying to figure out what cap that is. C301? Yeah, that looks right. All right. So C301. I'm going to zoom in now. Oops. Keep going until we can. There we go. So C301 is that one right there. So, have it. Just fell right out, as it always does. And looking at it now, let's see what it is. 330 at 50 volts. So my little handy dandy thing that I put together here, 330 at 50 volts. And C301, 330 at 50 volts. So I'm just gonna mark it up. All right, cool. So let's see. I don't think it needs to be clean. Yeah, it does a little bit. Just getting in there. Just wipe it down a little bit. And then negative is going to go towards the dot. This one I'm going to have to select bend a little bit. And there we go. Thanks. Hey Brandon, I don't know if you're still there, but did you enter the contest? I did like a giveaway. I got a $100 gift card from Peter at Arcade Parts and Repair, and I decided to give it away. I actually had one before, and I said, you know, why not? So I asked him, I said, hey, can I give this away and transfer it? He said, sure. So I just had a random drawing probably last week, and 2 people won $50 credit vouchers for a store. It's pretty cool. Paying it forward. That's what I like to do. So what I'm doing is I'm just coloring it in. because I know I'm double checking positive. That way it's marked. You can see it right there on the board. And this one, I believe, is screened correctly. It's not like the G07 that has one that's incorrect. All right, I'm gonna continue on. Let me get this. Like I said, I like to start with the bigger ones, get them out of the way. This is C205. Grab it. Let's see if it's coming out. I think it fell out. Yep. Actually grabbing it from underneath. And let's get this in there. I'm just moving it a little bit. And then this is going to be 470 at 16 volts. 470 at 35 volts. So that's this one right here. And let me see what that was. C205. I'm just trying to read it here. That's it right there. So C205, 470 at 35. So that's what this is. So we're good. So just be really careful because there's like 470, 4.7, 470 at 35, 470 or 47 at 250, 47 at 50 volts. There's a whole bunch of that look similar. And when your eyes are tired, I've actually reversed them before. I never turned it on. I caught myself, but yeah, it's possible. Do that. Just putting this one in. Negative goes towards the dot. That looks right. You know, I like to double check my work like right away and not wait, you know, for after. And it's, you know, I'm in no rush. I'm not trying to run a marathon here. Yeah, let's settle it. So my goal ultimately, what I wanted to do tonight, actually, the guys just weren't up for it because they were just, everybody was just beat. They're like, hey, if you're going live, I'm jumping out of here. Because they were just like, I'm so tired. But ultimately, I can do picture in picture. So if I wanted to stay with this bench, which I'm doing right here, I can actually just do this, where I have display picture in picture, and I can have them in the upper left or wherever. You know, and that's from Zoom, and they can talk, they can work on their stuff. And what's cool is that we can do repairs in real time, like just like if they're here. So I'll have Mike working schematics. You know, Troy knows a lot of stuff, you know, about machines and monitors. So it would have been cool to have everybody just hanging out doing repairs together. So that's my goal. I want to do like a virtual arcade Wednesday, which is what we used to have, where we used to get together at Jay Leone's house, actually. All right, so that's that one right there. Negative, I can see is the correct way. So I'm just gonna mark that one up. Check chat real quick. Big Family Gaming is asking, what temp is the iron set to? I set it typically for 750. I usually never have to waver from there. I like to get in and out really fast, but you could set it for 650. It'll be fine. I'm also using a chisel tip. It's a really tiny, small, I don't know if you can see that. And this thing is like, I haven't soldered in months. So this thing totally oxidized a little bit, but the tip is nice and clear, so it's fine. But, you know, I should take better care of the soldering iron, but yeah, 750 is what I set it to. So let me go ahead and see what else we have here. Yeah, so I did say 650 and between 650 and 750 is what I like to do. Let's see what else. Oh, you were answering the Rolling Thunder. You played it on main. Yeah, it's not that bad. I just you know, there's a lot of nostalgia, like just like everything else, right? Like some people love games. I'm like, what are you, crazy? It's because it's what you played as a kid. So I played that. I remember not having enough money, and after I played one game, I'd be like, man, I wish I had another quarter, you know, and you'd be watching other people play, but you know, now I own the cap, so it's great. Let's see what else we have. Oh, okay. So yeah, Brandon's also saying he does one at a time. But when he puts a new cap in, he bends the leads to move to the next. At the end, I verify each, solder them all, and then do a massive lead dipping. Yeah, I need to know how to do that because, you know, especially like on, you know, like on Geo7s where like there's flux everywhere. I want to know how to like clean all that crap. I'm always nervous to do that. So I do it kind of manually with this thing. But I will never go back to using cotton ever again. These are actually for printers. It's a swab, but it's made of styrofoam or foam, not styrofoam, just foam. You can get these in the makeup aisle as well. They're like 99 cents for like 20 or something like that. But I got these on Amazon. These are awesome. They just clean up so well. They're durable. They won't get torn up by the, you know, the solder side. Usually the other stuff you end up cleaning more than, you know, cleaning off the cotton because it gets stuck everywhere. But yeah, I want to eventually dip everything into it. But yeah, that makes sense, Brandon, to do it, you know, all in one shot because, you know, flipping back and forth, especially if you have the neck board. I actually disconnected mine because I was putting a flyback anyway. But if you have this connected, you can actually mess everything up, especially with these, you know, delicate pots. So I'm flipping it over every single time. Cool. Brian, I guess it's a personal preference. I feel like the lead that you use, I mean, the solder should have lead because that's what the originals used. Now they have unleaded and it's, you know, it's less dangerous, but you only live once, you know. And I do have this thing here, which I showed at the beginning. I just got it, actually. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not perfect, but it basically has a carbon filter built in. You can see the gray spots where it's sucked in the smoke already, but it comes out clear on the back. And then this one's cool. It has these little helper hands. I don't know if I'll ever use those, but it was cool that it came with it. So I have it pretty far away, and it's sucking everything away. Pretty nice. It was like 60 bucks on Amazon. A little overpriced, I think, but hey. But yeah, I use leaded. You breathe in worse stuff when you're finding these old cabs, I think. So Big Family Gaming is saying he's a newbie to soldering, but he did fix his Sunset Riders PCB by replacing the sound pot. I was very proud of myself. Yep, that's how it starts. That's how you get hooked. You know, I knew nothing when I first started. I mean, I've soldered as a kid, you know, like radios and stuff like that, trying to fix them. But yeah, most of the stuff you read on the internet, you look at YouTube videos now, it's a little easier. But way back in the day, you would look at forums or news groups. Yeah, I agree, Commander Line. He says lead-free solder takes a little more to get flowing, and it doesn't like to reflow. I agree with that. That's the other reason I got. So I'm using, I'll show you the roll I have. I have this whole dispenser here, but I'm using Kester. It's Kester solder. I have a link somewhere. I think it's like maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks for a pound, and it lasts forever. So I'm actually not running low, but it's getting towards the bottom. So I already started putting it in my cart to save it for later to buy it. But I love this stuff. It has flux in it. It just always works well. If I have something stubborn, I just add some of this solder to it. Bam, it comes right up. And then, of course, I have the nicer flux, which I haven't used yet. Somebody said I should buy this. It's really for surface mount stuff, but, you know, it has like a plunger, and it's supposed to be really good. Versus this garbage, which I should actually throw out. I can't stand this stuff. I actually had it on a swab, and I'd apply it as needed, but this stuff is gross. You gotta clean it up. Oops. There we go. Let's see, what else can I do here? So yeah. Oh, We got a spammer. Woo! I'm gonna have to go ahead and nix them. They're not saying anything bad. It's just I've seen lately that we have a couple of those spammer guys, whatever. I'm gonna have to go to the video and I'm gonna have to mute it. There we go. Let's see if I can ban them. I gotta get mods. That's what I really gotta do. Where is that person? There it is. I usually just hit report and they just disappear for spam. And I think they're removed now. Yeah, they're gone. Cool. So Mark is saying, nice to see you on tonight. I'm replacing caps on my Zookeeper board. Nice. 10:30 here. I have to do that eventually. I bought a working Zookeeper board set, supposedly working, but it turns out it had a couple things wrong with it as I got into the later levels. When you first turn it on, it looks normal, but there were some ROM issues, and and I think I have to change the coin portion of the board so I can eliminate that coin board that everybody talks about. So that's cool. Nice. Yeah, that other flux is so nasty. Get the stuff that is Louis Rossman. Yeah, that's where I heard it. That guy's a legend when it comes to doing stuff. Yeah, that stuff works really good. All right, cool. So I think I'm caught up. I got the spammer out of there. And then Big Family Gaming saying CRT is life. That is so true. I totally agree with that. Nice. Cool. So let me get back to this here. I think I'm gonna lower it a smidge. Go back to 20% here for the music. I think it's slightly too loud. Distracting. Awesome. Okay, so let me get back to this now. So I got everything going here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knock out this little corner here. And a lot of the resistors, these piggybacked ones are actually stock. I remember Mike's Amateur Repair was talking about him. He's like, hey, I don't know why people did that. Yeah, 4900s, I've seen that before, and I asked it on Clob one time. I was like, what is this? I've never seen that, because I had a K4900 with one and one without it. So what they do is they piggyback them to get different values, and that's factory. So that's as new as you can get. They look pretty new there. Well, not new because they're years old, but there's nothing wrong with them. But they did that at the factory. I think that's pretty hilarious. But you could replace it with the proper value. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but that is completely stock, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, if anybody knows who just joined, I think I'm missing a jumper here. I'm gonna point to it with this thing, but this right here usually has a jumper, right? Where you can set it to left and right. If you don't have it in there, I'm assuming it just centers up, but you can set it to center, left or right for the horizontal position. Pretty sure it's missing the jumper, and I think it's coming from here. The pin probably just fell out. That's what it looks like. So I gotta check to see on my other K4900. I just looked at the schematics, and I just found a tiny bit of slaughter, which I just, hang on, let me grab it. This is actually the wrong thing to do, but I'm trying to just grab. I see a ball of solder. There we go. I just grabbed it. All right, yeah. So I think I have to build one. I did that on my other 4900 where I brought it back to life. I have to actually check my own videos. I do that all the time where I refer back. That's what I love about, documenting the whole arcade process and fixing stuff, is that you can go back on your own videos and check it out, learn from yourself. So, all right, let's go back to this corner. I'm gonna take out this red cap that's rated for 105, which all of them are now, but that usually is a heat area. That's what it's a C310, it looks like. Now I don't know if you can tell, but this is why I don't bend them. This one's going to be a little pain. Should be fine to get out, but See how they're bent to the side? So if you look at that, whoever put it in bent it that way and bent it that way and then soldered it. So these are a little harder to get out. They're not straight. So not a fan of those, but hey, you got to do it sometimes. Usually with this gun, it'll take everything off, and then you can just pull it. Alright, that should be fine. Let's see if I can get my... Let me put it down. Oh, that was on the wrong one. C310. Oh, I was actually getting the wrong one there. C310 is that one. So you can see me right there. You can see me wiggling it. I like to do that to make sure it's free, and the one on the left isn't quite free yet. So I'll apply some more heat. And now it's fine. Now they both wiggle. So yeah, you just gotta... While I'm there, I'm gonna take this one out too. I think this is the other one here. C311. So 310 and 311 I'm gonna take out. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm trying to zoom in. And I have a monitor, studio monitor, right in front of me with exactly what I can see. So it should be on there. That one fell right out. Alright. So here, that's where I'm trying to get everything out. I'm going to use some pliers to get in there. Just to grab it. So my fingers are just too fat to fit in there. Let me get this one first. You see, they don't come out that easy because they're curved, see? Yeah, the bottom are... See that? But see how they're curved, so they hook on there. They're hard to get out. That one... This one I think is out. Oh no, look, I desoldered the wrong one. I was yanking on that one. That's the one I desoldered by mistake. Whoops. And by the way, that was not the one that was curved. See how straight they are? That's why it was easy to take out. So I'm gonna just hold it and I'm gonna quickly get it in there. That was just a mistake. It happens sometimes. I'll do that sometimes with resistors. I have to go back and solder them. I'm gonna quickly do that and then solder the rest of it on. I'm getting tangled over here. If I could go back in time and change something, or like capture something from my youth, it would be my eyesight. I really wish I didn't have to wear glasses. I started wearing glasses like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years now, and man, it's so painful to try to do stuff sometimes. All right, so that one was fine. So which one was it? I think it was this one right here. That's connected to this, is that a diode? Trying to move this. I don't know if you can see that. Trying to just move it over. Wait. I don't want to burn. I think that's where I gotta go. So that's gonna be a little weird. That's where the red one was. That's the one I wanted to take out. I took out this one by mistake. Should have been that. Right? Yeah. Just try not to touch it if I can help it. Yep, perfect. So I'm touching the red one right now, and it's gonna fall out. I'm just trying to wiggle it so it comes out, but it's not doing it. See it right there, see it. All right. Not gonna lie, it takes practice to have the camera where it should be. All right, so I took it out. This is the red one here. I'll put that on the side. And I believe that was C308. So 308 and 310. I'm getting in the way here because my baseball hat. C308. So let me go on here first. C308. All right, there's a little asterisk here. And then C310. So 308, I think it's just warning you that there's something connected to it. So it says here on 308, on the notes for 2 right here. It says there are many versions of K4900 chassis, but there is one specific version that uses a 3.3 UF 50 volt cap at C308. So if your chassis has a 3.3 cap, then replace it with the one provided in the kit. Otherwise, if your chassis has a 2.2, you must replace it with the 2.2 cap provided in the kit. Okay, so let's see what this is. That's the red one. What does this say? 2.2. Okay, 2.2 at 50 volts. And I'm going to grab that. 2.2 at 50 volts. So I'm just curious. He also supplies the 3.3 right there. So I'm not going to use that one. But it's cool. I keep this in my spare parts. So that's what I mean. When I thought I was missing this the other day, I was like, oh no, I'm missing one. I was like, oh, I could probably dig one up. So yeah, that's how I get extras. He'll provide both. So again, let's just double check it. It's upside down here. 2.2 at 50 volts. Okay. So we'll put that one in first because we have to put that with the leg, and that was at 2.2 at 50 volts. C308. Yeah, so I didn't mark it off, but I should. C308, 2.2 at 50. Cool. It's near the heat sink on this side, so I gotta find it. Right there, so 308. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Sorry. It's gonna be hard to do, so I'm gonna cheat. So I'm just gonna put it on here, cheat a little bit. Just to get in there, because my fingers are too fat. So 308, there we go. I get that right. Well, you know why? There's another leg in there. That's why. That's why I'm like, where's the hole? There's one. Yep. So let go. Let me double check. Positive that way, negative that way. Yep. Looks to be good. Then hold it. Flip it over. And then this also has to be, that's why the hole wasn't really hard to find, because this is actually in the hole as well. Just solder both in there and it should be good. That was a little tricky. That's probably the trickiest one on there, I'm guessing. It's been a while since I capped the 4900. Here. Get this one first. Hard, and go to the next one. Cool. Let me keep going down. I'm gonna look real quick. Hey, Barricade, what's going on? Nice to see you. command the line saying that, did you see Brian? He wanted to know your opinion on temperature setting for lead-free versus lead. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I think, let me look at his question up here. Did I miss it? Oh, he said, here it is. No, I'm referring to the temp of the iron based on the solder you're using. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever used non-lead. I've always gone with the lead, so I don't know the answer to that, to be honest. All right, see you later, Brandon. He's saying 4900s are excellent. Good luck with the cap kit. Yeah, that's my favorite monitor to cap, period. Geo7s are kind of a pain in the butt. But, and then I'll give a shout out to Bearcade. He says, hi, Josh. He's just relaxing. The glasses work for your image, you're saying. Thanks. I guess it makes me look smarter than I am. Yes, the command line is also saying fine solder is a must. Try to find something between 1 to 0.8 millimeters. You may have to feed an inch or two into larger caps, but it's worth it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually gonna look fast. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me cut this first because I'm gonna finish this one off. So I'm just gonna snip, and we're good to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to pull mine out. Let me zoom out here. It'll say on the side. I just gotta literally just rolling it up, and then I'm just gonna pull it out. Let's see. So this one says it's 44 rosin core. It's a pound, and let's see, it says 3.3%/44. It says 0.8 millimeters, so that's what I have. Yep, 0.8 or 0.031 inches, but it's 0.8 millimeters, so you were correct. And then it's 2463. It looks like. I know there's a ratio of like of the lead versus the rosin and stuff, but yeah, I love it. Works awesome. It's always worked great. Never had any issues. I've actually had issues with cheap Radio Shack solder. I needed it in a pinch and bought it, and it was totally a waste of money. I think I got what I had to get done, but then I ordered the stuff on Amazon and then redid the solder work, whatever I was trying to fix. All right, so I'm gonna get back to this one. This one looks like it says it's 10 microfarads at 100 volts. That's that other one. So let me pull this out. Oh, let me also remove that. Very much for commenting. Yeah, Mark says he turned 40 and I turned 40 and someone upstairs pushed on a button and said time to get reading glasses. I feel your pain. Yeah, I started with reading glasses, and then yeah, it just went downhill from there. But I have two glasses. I have one for computer, which is just better for my eyes, and then I have one just for normal everyday use. But I'm not a contact person with contact lenses, so I will not wear that. But I don't know. I was thinking maybe LASIK, but even people with LASIK said eventually you'll need glasses again, so I don't know why I should even bother. Big Family Gaming, what's going on? You said, yeah, you're enjoying the chill vibe. I'm glad you like it. I'm debating whether I should do Twitch, maybe a multi-stream eventually, because, I mean, when's the last time you saw repair videos on Twitch? You never see them. And this is a more of a Twitch vibe, I feel, right now with the music and stuff. Maybe I'll do both. We'll see. Cool. I'm glad you're cheered up. You know, I knew you're having. You said you got scammed. I saw your. You could probably share with the chat what happened. But you had bought something and it wasn't what you wanted. Yeah, sucks. Nice. Yeah, we'll see, Josh. He's saying send it to kind of get the Twitch going on. I do have a Twitch account. If you guys want to follow me there, I mean, I do Zookeeper videos every now and then. My current Zookeeper high score is 16 million now. That's what I'm up to. But it's if you just do Dells_arcade, someone else actually took Dells Arcade, and it's a dormant account that's been dormant, you know, for years because I've been always checking. But eventually it'll free up. I see if I can snag it then. But for now, Dells_arcade, DELS_arcade. So I got to make a animation for that and share it. Speaking of which, here's some other animations. If you guys join us new, consider subscribing, and it's really awesome. It keeps you up to date, alerts you when I do live videos. I'm also on Twitter as well, and I'm on Instagram. So yeah, I have to make a Twitch one, an animation. I'll probably do it in After Effects. Cool. I'm not sure what Eaton Page is saying, but yeah, you can dual stream on 2 sites, Brian. I totally know that, as long as you're not monetized on Twitch, because Twitch has an agreement. If you are a partner with them, you have to wait 24 hours in order to upload it anywhere else. They don't want you multi-streaming. So, but since I'm a nobody on Twitch right now, it doesn't matter. I could multi-stream and it'll be fine. So we'll see. I don't know. I just want to get a bigger audience and get people into the hobby, because I think this is the best hobby in the world. I'm a little biased, but it's really fun. And so my time's almost up. I was hoping to get in bed or stopping by 2 o'clock. Let's see if I can finish up this cap kit here. So the one that I'm missing, that I took out, that wasn't that other one. It slows you down when you're reading chat, but I just love to do it, so I don't care. So it looks like 310 is what I'm missing. So I'm going to read on here. 310 is N at 250. Yeah. So let me grab that. Well, first of all, let me mark it off. So 10 at 250. All right, so this one here. 10 at 250. I already used one. There's the other one. Good. And this one has a little bit of paper still on it, so I'm trying to take it off. It's harder to get in the holes there, but we're good. 10 at 250 goes right in here. I have to like get in there. So I'll zoom a little bit slightly here. I could zoom in pretty far. This setup that I made. So when I do the tour, I have to. My arcade's a mess right now. I just have Christmas stuff everywhere because I'm still trying to get everything taken down, and what a pain in the butt. Yeah, my son Xavier, actually, I haven't seen him in a while, but he's got the vid. He got it very mildly, but you know, he spends a lot of time, comes here on the weekends. So when I went to go pick him up, his mom was like, yep, he's been coughing a lot. Do you still want him? I'm like, nope. And then 2 days later, he tested positive. So I dodged the bullet there. But I haven't seen him since like maybe 2 weeks before Christmas. So it's been a while. Here I am, soldering offline. But yeah, he loves the arcades, but because of that, I'm just trying to explain why I still have Christmas stuff everywhere. It's because I tried not to take down the tree thinking he was going to come over, but he's still, you know, in my opinion, not ready to come over yet until everything's completely, you know, I want him to test negative before he comes for a while. So it's my 5-year-old, I don't want to chance it. She's vaccinated, believe it or not. You know, I'm all for that. I'm all for just fighting disease in general, making humans better. But you know, I know people that do not, actually relatives and friends, both, who do not want to get the vaccine. That's cool. You know, it's a free country, right? For me, that's what I want to do. So what I'm doing is I'm just coloring right now. So that's one we did. That's one we did. All right, so that section's all done. That's all done. It's starting to look good. I just have these small ones here, and that's it. I should test the diodes too. I'll probably do that offline, where I'll just, I usually try to check them in circuit. You're really not supposed to. You're supposed to take one leg out, but I might check them and see it if I get any funky readings. Arcade Jason, I remember you saying in one of his videos, we don't always have to take them out. I know on ARs you can test them in circuit for some places, but whatever. Let's see. Let me go to chat real fast. Night Barricade. Let's see. Yeah, Command the Line. I'm glad you noticed that. Gibby said the same thing when he saw it earlier today when we got together in Zoom. He said that looks like a really fresh, nice chassis. I mean, I did wash it, but it was really nice before I washed it. As a matter of fact, you know that kind of caulk material, that glue that you see on the neck board? I had to actually cut that caulk material in order to get the neck board off. Like, it had never been taken off, never been worked on. Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks, Big Family Gaming. He said he gave me a follow on Twitter and Insta. That's awesome. Yeah, again, I'll throw it up there so you guys can see it. But this is the Twitter. And there's Instagram. Yeah, if you look in Big Family Gaming, if you go on Instagram on Dell's Arcade, you'll see in my history, I did a walkthrough of Gibby's 4,000-foot arcade. He has a dual-story arcade that's bigger than his house, behind his house that he built. I have to actually go back and reshoot stuff, but we went to his warehouse. I don't think I shot the warehouse live, but you know, it's just time. But I have all the footage for that. I just got to release it, edit it. Editing takes a lot of time, especially if you're like me. I'm very critical. You know, oh, we got another spammer. Woo! So I'm going to go ahead and just knock them out of the box here. There we go. And goodbye. Okay, they're knocked out. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's like this cryptic website that they're putting on there. That's how you know you're successful, when you get bots, right? So, Command the Line is saying it's amazing how good a G07 or 4900 look this late in the game, so long as the chassis is in working order. Yeah, like I said, 4900 is my favorite and easiest chassis to work on. It's very easy to access, easy to take out. G07 is good too. It's just a little more problematic. Like when you're removing these things here, the you know, the hot or the voltage regulator, they're not as easy to put in. You have to unsolder wires. That's usually connected to this over here. You know, ceramic resistor, so it's just more of a pain in the butt to do that. What I'm actually doing is, I just happen to have one right here. So this is next on to do stuff. This is already capped. You can see I capped it all. Still not working, but I missed something and I forgot. And Gibby reminded me again. I mean, he's very knowledgeable in arcades. But basically, you have this fuse over here, and then there's a smaller fuse right, where is it? There it is. It's right next to the cap, and it's not getting power. It's completely dead. Even after I recapped it, it was dead. This right here tested good, but you have to take it out of circuit, because when you put those 2 points together, the actual pads are together, so it won't give you an accurate reading. So this looks, when I look at it now in this light, it looks like it's blown. So it's very possible, like I'll test it right now. Very possible that that cap needs to be replaced. I mean, sorry, the fuse. And I missed it. And that's what's preventing it to power up. So I may fix it if I do that. So let's see. I'm gonna go in. Oh, did I just move it? No, it just moved over. So I don't know if you could see, it has like these little tiny like holes there. I'm actually gonna put clips in there. I have clips to replace this so that I can just pop it in and out. That way, if it ever blows again, I don't have to desolder it. I can just pop it out, test it, see if it's bad, put it back in. You know, it's just way easier to do it. But I do have those clips. I get everything from Arcade Parts and Repair. He just makes it too easy. I hate promoting his site so much, but he's just really good. I can't help it. So yeah, this is next to test. You know, so I'm trying to cap everything, and then I'll have like a live episode where we'll probably go to the other table like right there, and we'll fire them all up on the test bench and stuff. Let me put that here. This one only has one fuse, which was blown, and I already replaced it. All right, so there's only a few left. Now we're gonna get to smaller ones here. I don't think there's any buried over here. I'm just double checking. Nope. Anything. And then I just have to reflow it. But this was in such great shape. It looks like it had very low mileage, to be honest, on this chassis. Great buy. I bought the whole cabinet for $75, and I got this monitor with it. And it's in a vertical chassis, which is also rarer to find, because it's a vertical game. But yeah, let's grab this. These over there. I'm going to turn it this way. It's just easier for me to see. I'm going to grab these two first. So it takes a little getting used to get the right cap. I think it's C354. Pretty sure that's what it is. So I'm going to try zooming in a little bit for you guys. I'm just curious how far I can go in here without blurring. It may blur after a while. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to back off, back off, back off. C354. Cool. Keep it nice and tight. Nice. See how they're kind of curved a little bit? This bothers me. Let's see. 354. Is that this one? I'm actually holding them on from underneath. Might have taken the wrong one out. No. C352 maybe? Let me look on the top, sorry. It's hard to see with the wires there, but that says, trust me, that says C354, which is this one. And then 352, you can barely see it as that one. So, all right, I'm on the right track with both of them. So again, that's it right there. So 354, where's 350? It's that one. Not budging. And then 352 is this one right here. So yeah, see how they don't just fall out? I love when they just fall to the ground. So because that's not, well, I have to kind of, I usually try to get under it like that and move it. It's kind of a pain. Yep, now it's going down, see? I'm wiggling it. So that one's out, I'm going to leave that alone. And then this one here, side a little bit, leave it up, twist it up. It's a little trick. I get it in the nozzle. That one's loose, see that? Not that, not this one, the one below it. Yeah, that one's kind of getting, but the other side's not loose, it's still on there. You don't want to pull those out, they'll take the pad with it. Heated it up and bent it. They're both loose. Solder off. Alright, flip it over. That's it right there. Now that I know they're definitely both out, these two, very loose, I can just yank on them. You don't want to yank on them before they're all the way out, because you'll pull everything out. So this one's out. Put that to the side. Okay, so 352 is on the left side. So that's this one here, okay. So 352. Let's see. 47 at 25. I'm going to make sure it doesn't say point in there. See, it's really tiny, hard to see. I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit because I think when I lift it up, there we go. 47 at 25. This one is, I think it's the same. 47 at 25. Yep. These are the same. I'm going to chuck them on the side. We'll grab these. 47 at 50. So that's good. Again, don't get the 4.7 by mistake. Taking those two out. And then on here, 352, 47 at 50, and 354, 47 at 50. All right. So far, so good. Oh man, I left your comment up there. You got some really good publicity there, Command the Line. I forgot to take you out. I think if you try to, Brian, he's asking why doesn't your message disappear when I'm trying to block people? It disappeared on my end over here on YouTube, but I think if you try to kill it or delete it, it doesn't report it. So I like to just report it, and then when you refresh the stream, it's not there anymore. You're saying typically the tubes have very little burn. I guess on K4600s, not necessarily. I've seen really bad burn-in, but I think it's because G07s were used more in Pac-Mans, so you typically see more burn in those with Pac-Man burn, and then K4600s I've seen in Centipedes, which has a lot of burn as well. Usually. So Robin Hood, hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining the stream. He's saying with pinball's surging popularity, what's a good way to get your foot in the door or hired as a new tech? I don't know. I would say volunteer. I know it's hard, but do it on your spare time, and then they'll see how good you are. Or, you know, usually if you volunteer, they can't complain when you don't know certain things, and you learn a lot. Just, you know, hang around it. I mean, I didn't know anything when I first started. Just over time, you just learn. So Josh is saying, Dell, I think that fuse will test good even if it's bad. I saw a whole bit on that. Yeah, I think my buddy Mike from Mike's Amateur Arcade Repair, he said that the fuse will test good even if it's bad. Yeah, so that's that little tiny fuse that I was talking about on the G07. That's a different chassis. So I actually fell for that, and I didn't realize it. I completely forgot. And I was just testing them, and then it was dead. And then now I'm like, wait a second. It's because of that. I'm pretty confident now, 90% sure, that if I replace that fuse, it's going to fix it. And maybe I'll do it at the end of this video. I'll desolder it real fast, and we'll see if it's dead or not. It's probably a dead fuse, but it tests good in circuit on the G07. Yeah, K7000s. K7000 is it really is my favorite monitor in general because of tube swaps. Because they're more easy to find. The CR31 tube is easier to find than a CR23. A lot of times they're dropping replacements, so you can get burn-free monitors, you know. So that's why I love K7000s. But yeah, I mean, they are smaller boards, so there more can go wrong with them. You know, traces get messed up, as you see in, if you look at that other guy's channel, Mike's Amateur Arcade, look him up on YouTube. He has really a lot of K7000. He specializes in those, and it's really good stuff. Yep. Yeah, I agree with Command the Line. If you want to get hired, see if any barcades are hiring a tech or willing to train. You know, you might take a pay cut, but it'll get you in the door. And if it's really what you love, I mean, you know, you can't pay me to do stuff. I volunteer all the time at museums. That's another thing. The Cradle of Aviation Museum in Long Island, you know, I went there once, and then I started talking to people. I said, hey, let me talk to the tech. You start being on the same ground and being interested in it. And then if you're willing to volunteer, I just did that. I didn't get paid. And now look, I made great friends, and I never pay to get in now because I've made such good friends. But It's not the reason I do it, but it's just a lot of fun. This hobby's just really fulfilling, I think. And Joshua is saying it's a dirty, rotten trick. LOL. Cool. All right. Hang on one sec. Okay, I'm back. So those two are right here. Should be 10, I believe, right? What did I say they were? It's upside down here. 47 at 50 volts. Am I looking at the right ones? 47 at 50. 352. Let me just double check here. That's why I don't cross it out. 352. Oh, okay. 47 at 50 and 47 at 50. Okay, yeah, that's right. Just probably thinking of the other one that I just did. So those go in here. I'm going to do them both at the same time. I'm going to try. So negative goes this way. Okay, negative. Yep, that's facing the right way. Those are wedging in there pretty good, so I don't have to hold them. It's awesome. This one is positive that way, negative this way. Let's see if I can get that in there. Yep, they're both holding just fine. So I'm just going to flip it right over and solder. Just going to tack them both in there so they don't move. Okay. So I love Hako. I have the Hako products and they look cool and all that, but Weller's good too. My son, I actually bought him a Weller. It's a pretty good iron. It's not the best, but it has temperature where you turn a knob and stuff. Last year I bought him for Christmas a $50 Weller iron. I got it for like half price, $25 at Micro Center. So I had to jump on that, and he loves it. If you want to learn how to solder, I suggest getting old power supplies. Oh man, I think I did that off camera. I apologize. Sorry. I was so eager to get it done that I forgot. I was not on in frame. I'm just taking all four of these out. So yeah, I'll show you what he practices on. This is an old Peter Chow power supply. And what I do is I take the Hako and I basically just desolder all this for him. I just take them all out and I'm like, okay, put them back. I don't care where you put them, just make them fit like a puzzle. And he'll go and he, let's see, if he did this one here. Not bad, right? He's like, I think he was maybe 11 or 12 when he did this. He hasn't, it's probably 12, he's 13 now. But I just removed them and had them, so it's a little sloppy. But he really liked it. And these are pretty hardy when it comes to like, they're made of like thick traces. So it's really hard to lift pads. So this is what he practices on. I just keep taking him in and out until it'll die, and then I'll just grab another power supply. So I save old power supplies for that reason. I'll decase them, and then he'll practice soldering. So if you guys want to learn how to solder, that's how you do it. I tried getting stuff on Amazon, but they were way too detailed. Like even me, I'd have not a hard time, but it'd just be very intricate. He has like timers and stuff that plays sound and like little kits that you put together, but it's microscopic, and I don't think that's good for him to start. So, all right, let me just verify this. What did I do with my red? Oh, it's right here. So I'm gonna just take this and I'm gonna double check. So there's positive on there and that's negative. It's marked on the board. Same thing with that, positive and negative. That is correct. It's in the right orientation. I only have two left. Cool. And then, what do I have on here? I know these are, the 3.3 are not going to be used. 3.3, 3.3 at 50. I know this one here is not going to be used because we used this instead. Ironically, I put a red mark there. That's for something else. So we got 1, 2, 5. It says we have 6, but there might be extras that I'm just missing. Anyway, let's go ahead and plow through. A couple more here. So C303, I'm going to go for right there. Let's see, where is it? It's hard to see with the glare. Now I'm doing that thing where I gotta lift it up. It's 1. Right, that's a little advanced. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy doing what I just did. I just have done so many. So I'll take it. Definitely loose. There we go. So C303 is 2.2 at 50 volts. Okay. And that's this one right here. 2.2 at 50. Sometimes I lose it where I can't find. Oh, by the way, remember that pin I told you was missing? That's how it looks. See how it has a circle around it? That's a pin. So I have some donor chassis that are like from junk stuff. I have like a Toei that it's in pieces, and I take stuff like that. There's probably some I can rob from that, but that one is missing, right? Where is it? Right here. Yeah, that looks like right where it was. Yep. So I'm pretty positive that jumper is where it goes. I'll check the schematics. I'm not going to do that today because I have to kind of figure out what parts I need for that, but pretty sure that's where it came from. All right, so this one was around this section. There we go. So C303, positive and negative, right there. And it should hold in place. Press it down. Yeah, it's not, but whatever. It's good to go. This time I'm gonna have it on camera. Bending it out slightly, not too bad. By the way, I never use sponges. I use this. I don't even know what it's called. It's like the stuff where you just, you take the solder off with that. I don't know, for me it's just better. I've always had bad experience with sponge. I feel it just makes it oxidize more than it already is. Alright, so 303. I'm gonna mark it right away because they look very similar. So 303 is right there. And I'm marking it, but I did it, and I'm also double checking negative and positive marking. You can see the positive right there, so it's facing the right way. Next one, C367. It's this one. 367. C367. It's upside down. Let me just check which one it is. So this one here, you can see is a diode. So I want to take these two right there before those three. So these are the two I'm going to take out. Come on. It's not going to loose at all. I'm getting the right one. 366, 367. That looks right. Understand why it's not. Maybe I have my finger on the wrong one, but it should be coming loose. Oh, that just came out. What was that? Uh-oh. Is that the right one? Oh, check this out. I took out the wrong one. See? Gotta be careful. These actually don't have polarity. It doesn't matter which way you put them in. But I took that out by mistake. It was actually right next to it. It's so weird. It's labeled C367. You see right there? And that's the one I just took out. I was supposed to take out this one right next to it. So, oh, it actually has, if you look really closely, it has a diode underneath it. So I gotta be careful not to take that out too. So first things first, let's stick this one back in. Man, this is gonna be a pain. It's so tiny. Okay, I think I got it. First try. So, wiggling it around. Yep. Did I get the other side? Oh no, I don't think I got the other side. No, I didn't. All right, it's like microscopic work here. You know what I'm gonna do? I have tweezers that work a little better. Get stuff like this. But yeah, mistakes happen. See? Nobody's perfect. There we go. Dropped right in. I'll leave them out actually. So now I'm gonna hold it with my finger if I can. Flip it around. That's it right there. Okay, now they're both in again. So I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna hold it and tack it in. Ouch. That hurt because I was holding it. I burned myself slightly, but not too bad. Alright, so that's it. Oh, I just realized, why did it turn off? It sure did. I hit the power switch by mistake. That made me nervous because I just bought that fan. And I hit the power switch with my knee. If that thing had turned off and been dead, I would have been like, what? I just bought that thing. Okay, leave that alone. And then now I'm going to get, see, so it was where the diode is. So that diode, D306. So let me go ahead and read the instructions. I'm pretty sure it's going to say something about that. 306. Ah, here it is, right there. So D306, 1 UF, or sorry, 1 microfarad at 50 volts. Install capacitor in the same hole diode at D306 location. The negative lead of D306 capacitor should be connected to the cathode of the diode at D306. So the cathode is like there's like an arrow. So if you see this here, the cathode is this part. So it's going to be, the negative is going to go to the negative, and then the other side's going to go there. And I think if you, let's say you don't know that information, he actually breaks it down to you in layman terms. So like he'll say, he said the negative lead of the capacitor could be on the cathode side of the diode, which is the end closest to TP81. So test point 81. So negative should be on test point 81. So test point 81 is right there. Yeah, so see TP81 right there, the test point. He's saying the negative, this should be the negative side, which is what I said. So you just got to make sure it faces that way. So I got to take this out and make sure that, you know, it's spaced correctly or it's on there correctly. So I'm going to go underneath, hold it. That way I can wiggle it to see if it's the right one. And see what happens. See if it's on camera there. Yeah. This one's a little tricky. I thought the other one was tricky. This one is up there. I gotta figure out which leg is which. I think this is that one. Let's see. Trying to leave that one there. I think that's the diode. This one inside. Alright, so... Oh, it was the outside one. Okay. It's the same one over here. One side, other side I'm trying to see. I have to get my glasses more high powered because I cannot see what's going on. This is what I'm trying to take out. See how this side's coming out? Let's get that at the angle. See how I'm wiggling it? Yeah, so I have to get my high powered lenses. So I have these really awesome magnifiers, and they have a light. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna get my head in there. That one's good. Okay, it looks like the diode is on the inside. If I can zoom in a little better. Yeah, I have to get that one out. There we go, got it out. Without taking the diode out. So they bent the diode inwards and they bent the capacitor outwards. So I'm going to try to install it the same way. And as I'm taking it out, I'm actually noting which way I have it this way. It looks like negative was facing test point 81, which is right there. So TP81 is this right here. You want the negative, which is also diode is facing that way. That's negative side, that's the positive side. So going to this, it looks like it's 1 microfarad at 50 volts. So it's in there. I might have to bend it the way it is here, so let me leave that there. And now that I can take these high-powered glasses off, I just have to see where the legs were. Yeah, command the line, you're talking about that test point? Yeah, he's saying that there's only a couple possibilities, right vertical size, vertical position, maybe vertical hold. Yeah, I could have made a hash mark. He's saying I could have marked it to see what's what. But yeah. Yeah, as long as you take your time, I think you're good to go. It's cool. I like that you guys are all, oh, another bot. Oh. Woo. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I need to get mods. I'll have to see. So this one, I'm just going to report for spam, report, and we're good to go. So I removed it on my end. You guys can probably do the same. If you get more than one person reporting it, should help. So Kirk Miguel Adams is on here. Welcome to the stream. He wrote, "Hello Dell, I've got a pot on a Chinese chassis that was translated by my Chinese student as vertical linearity. Can anybody clarify?" So here's what you do. If you have, I'm not sure, there's a Google app. I think it works on iPhone as well, but there's an app. It's called Google Translate. And what you do is you take a picture of it and then you run it through the software. You just select the picture and it'll translate it for you. It's amazing. I have like a PlayStation hat that says PlayStation on it in Japanese, and when I bought it, that's the first thing I did. I wanted to make sure that it actually said PlayStation and not something else, like, you know, dumb American or something. Or non-gamer. That would be funny. So, yeah, that's what you do. Just take a picture and verify it that way. It's amazing the tools they have out there. All right, Brian, he said he's heading to bed. We'll watch on my Roku Night All. Yep. Take care. Yeah, I'm going to jump off in a minute. I keep saying that, but I really want to finish this thing just to get it all capped. Yeah, Kirk is also saying she told me that the two others were vertical width and horizontal width. I thought that must be vertical size. Yeah, don't worry about being a noob. Everybody starts out as a noob. I have no issues. That's how you learn, right? You're braver than most who think they know it all. Oh, okay, you're responding to someone else? Okay, that's cool. Command the line. Awesome. So let's get the rest of this done. So that was the diode one. So that was pretty weird. So that's this one here that it's set to do that special stuff on. Let me zoom out slightly. That's D306. So let me just get my marker. So D306. The one with the asterisk. Here it is. D306. 1 at 50. So grab this. And we'll do 1 at 50. So there's 3 of them. So I'm going to grab that one. 1 at 50. Yep. Where's the other one that I had? I said I was going to make a template of. So I'm going to take the new one and I'm going to mark it up ahead of time. I just got to double check that I put it in right. I just don't want to mix them up because they look identical. Just all close. So take this. Just gonna try to mimic the other one. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it just makes it go in a little easier. All right. And this is definitely the longer leg, and that's negative. So fine. All right, so I'm going to check this one. Just double checking. 1, yep. We go in here. So here's test point 81. So you want to put the negative towards that, but also on the diode, you see the stripe? It's hard to see with that in the way, but there's a stripe there. Zoom in a little bit more. That actually matches the symbol with the triangle. The stripe is the negative side, which is that, or the cathode. So you got to squeeze it in there. So the negative is going to go towards that line. So I'm going to put the positive in first. It should fit. There we go. The other side should fit too. There we go. I got them both in. Nice. Perfect. Side by side. That looks really good. So now I'm going to flip it over. We know that negative, I'm just double checking, is at the test point. I know I marked it already that it's checked, but I'm going to go over here and solder it now. We should be good to go. It's really funny. The guys are probably going to laugh at me in the morning saying, you ended up streaming anyway? You said you weren't going to stream. But I really want to get stuff done. I have like so limited time to do everything that I really want to get, there's like stuff I really want to get done. I'm going to bend these to the outside. That's what I should have done. Because that's the way it had it in there. So I'm going to mimic that. It's hot. That's why I'm trying not to touch it. Just do it. Cut them. 1. All right. Wow, that was a pain in the butt. I'm glad it got that out of the way. That width coil, though, I keep hitting it. Oh, it's so annoying. It really is. I really need to just glue that in there. Okay, so we want that one and this one. So I'm going to do this one next. right here. That's C315. So let me go here. Got this. C315 is right here, one at 50 volts. Okay. On at 50 volts. Okay, I just have it on the side ready to go. I'm going to take this one out. That looks pretty straightforward. 15, I'm just trying to find it. That's where I'm at, where I'm looking. 319, C315 is right there. Looks like those two right there. Or it could be these two. So I don't know whether it's this one or this one. I'm pretty sure it's these across because that says negative and positive. So you can look at the cap, and if the cap is oriented on the board, obviously 315. If it's on like this way, that's how you know it's those two. If it's like the other way, I don't know if you could tell. That's how you tell if it's vertical or horizontal. So I'm going to quickly look to see, and it looks like it's going this way, horizontally. So looks like it's these two right there. All right, I got my finger on the thing on the other side, so. All right. 15. I have to look at it there. This is one. It up. So now I'm heating it and then straightening it. There's one. You see me wiggling it. And the other side would be right next to it. It's both of them. Got it. But yeah, just put it on. Put your finger on the other side and wiggle it around. That's really the best way to do it. I've done that forever. It works great. Now I'm just having a hard time getting it out because they're twisted. So I gotta. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. Positive and negative. There's one at 50. Yep. This is it right here. Positive and negative. Yep. That's in the right way. I'm going to go ahead and mark it because I can see that I'm putting it in correctly. I'm double checking now just to get it out of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and solder that in. Once oops, I bent it by mistake. Okay. That's it right there. Oh, it looks like it wants to fall out. I'll catch up and chat in 1 second. Just trying to tack it in there so it doesn't fall. There we go. And I'll you can see it's getting, the smoke is getting sucked right in here. I love this thing so far. Way. C351 is the next one, which is right there. So let's go ahead and look at that one. Yep. C351, positive and negative. To do that little trick again. Heat it, and then turn it. Heat it. Okay, got it. Yep. me turn it over. If I can get it out. There we go. Positive and negative, and this is 1 probably. Yep, 1 at 50. This one, 1 at 50, which is right there. All right, let me go ahead and 1 at 50. Yep. Looking at it right there. Positive and negative. That is put in correctly. Positive is on that side, it's clearly marked. Negative is there. So again, I'm going to quickly color that one in so I don't lose it and have to search for it after. So that's that. Where's it? Oh, here it is. Oh, man. Perfect. All right, anything left? What do I got now? I'll zoom out. I think I got them all. Looking in the corner. Okay. Now I still haven't connected the. I'm gonna reflow, and I'll do that next time. But I'm gonna reflow, and then I'm also gonna connect, you know, the focus pin to the flyback and do all that stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and switch out all these pots. So I'll do that next time. That's a little time consuming. So, you know, in stages, we'll get it in time. Let me just double check this thing. So I have a couple caps left over. So this one I X'd out. That's the one that either has 2.2 or 3.3. So I saw that I needed that. So this is good. This is the next one. Now this one concerns me. This is 22 at 50. Looks like I missed that one. So I'm going to go over here and look to see what's not checked. C303, is that the one that I had to... Let's double check. C308. C303, I don't think I did that one. So that's 2.2 at 50 volts, and what do I have left? I have 22 at 50 volts. Uh-oh. Did I read that wrong? C303, 2.2 at 50 volts. Uh-oh. We have a little discrepancy here. So let's read this one. C366, 22 at 50. Says, no, 366 capacitor is not populated on every version of the chassis, so don't populate it if your chassis didn't originally have it populated. So that's probably why that's an extra. So let's look. I'm going to mark it for an X for now. 20, what was that? 22, 366. That's 22 at 50 volts. Yeah, that's this one right here. That's this one. So this is the extra one that I don't need. Just marked it off. I'm pretty sure that it's not there. So what is it? 366. So I'm going to look to see on the back. Let's look at it together here. Let me know if you see it right off the bat, but my eyes just could be tired. 301s in this section. This is 363. It might be in this section over here. 315. 361. Getting warm. This is 311, looks like. We did that one already. Yeah, I don't see it. 62. It's hard to see with the glare, to be honest. Ah, C366. I don't know how I found that. There it is. So I'm gonna flip it over right here. '66. Trying to look like this section right here is where my finger's at. Right here. I don't see anything there. Actually, I do, but I don't know if you can see that. C366 has a diode in there. You see that? C366, so that already has something in there. It doesn't have a cap in there, so that's the next one I'm not going to put in there. So I'm going to leave it as is, like you suggested. All right, and then what was that last discrepancy I had, though? C303, 2.2 at 50 volts. I don't remember if I put that in or not. How many 2.2 at 50s did we have? We had two of them. Two 2.2s at 50 volts. So one of them was put in place of this one, and then one of them I used. So most likely, I just forgot to mark it off. So I'm going to mark it off, and the C303 is what we need. Everything else is checked off, so we're good to go. So C303. Let's go ahead and look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna. Hey, Yodi, what's going on? I'm gonna give you a shout out. Washing a filthy chassis with simple green, a soft paintbrush, and scalding hot water is so satisfying. Yes, it is. And he's saying this makes you want to wash the chassis and recap it. And Joshua wrote, agreed, for sure. Nice. Yes, Yodi, this is a K4900. You can tell by the trademark horizontal pots. They're not vertical like on the other chassis that you're used to seeing. Yeah, it is super clean. You're like the fourth or fifth person that said that. You know, even personal friends who have seen it, they said that's the cleanest monitor I've ever seen. All right, Commander Lion, take care. He says, good night, everyone. I got to start closing the casino here. All right, yeah, no problem. And Yodi, of course, yes, Hako all the way. Yeah, Hako's the best, in my opinion, just when it comes to how it looks. I like the colors, the yellow and blue. I think it's cool looking. And then, yeah, you love the 4800 and 4900. I actually have a video on a K4800. The 4800 is the younger brother of the 4900. That is the 13-inch version of the 4900. It's a 4800. Real easy to work with, same thing. That's a pleasure to cap. I've capped that one as well. So Josh is asking, what do you like best for pot? Clean and lube. You mean just to clean the pots? I use Deoxin fader cleaner. It's called F5 fader cleaner. It's a little pricey, but it's awesome. Let's see here. Hey, Mikey, he's back. He said 80s rock guitar music somehow completely goes with Dell looking up electronic parts. Yep. That's funny. Yeah, so let me double check that C303. Look here, C303. I'm pretty sure I got that one. I mean, I'm gonna turn it upright for you guys to see, but so 303, where is that? It's gonna be a small pot, right? A small, should be in this section around there, or it could have been on the side. Let me just double check. I can't remember. I like to be thorough, but I hate like wasting everybody's time. C301, C303. It has to be this one. I can't remember. I think this is 308. It's covered. Yeah, I think that's 308. 303 looks like it's over here. I see Q303. C507, 701. I did it pretty early on. So maybe I'll just look at the markings. It's probably easier. Looking at the values. Just going through each one myself really fast. These here. 2.2 and 50. Hey, look at that. C303. There it is. Awesome. So one of the first ones I did. Awesome. All right, so I did check that off. So we got everyone. Good to go. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the side for now. I'm not even gonna double check everything because I already marked them and I triple checked them as I did them. So I'm pretty confident that they're fine. Just that outstanding jumper that I gotta put in there, you know, that pin for the horizontal. So I'm gonna put this on the side. I'm gonna zoom out. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm really curious to see if that fuse is bad in the geoset. So just throw that on really fast and see if I can get that going. Where are we here? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? See if I have it here somewhere. Where are you? I'm looking for the empty bag of the cap kit because it had a sticker in it, and I want to put a sticker on it. Here it is. Found it. So I'm going to put this on the other monitor, obviously. But there it is, cap kit, all done. And we'll say it's the 20th. Just going to put at Dale's Arcade. And then 1, 20, 20, 22. So this is the first cap kit of the year. And I'm going to probably throw it on, just grab the chest in here. I like to stick it on somewhere where it's visible, so this is going to face the back. You want to kind of not dig too much. I'm probably going to put it right there. I don't like sticking it around anywhere else on the inside, probably the outside. So it's just... But before I do that, I always like to just... I'll actually take a fresh one here. You know what? I'll just use a napkin or something. But I'm just gonna get some alcohol on here, just so it sticks better. That's where it's gonna go. Nice. Seal of approval. Now let's just see if it works. I'm pretty sure I would bet money that this is going to work just fine. But, you know, again, once I do the pot kit and put all this together on the neck board, then we'll call it a day. But technically, that's not a cap. So that's why I put it on now. I just didn't want to forget. What are you guys seeing in chat? Let's see here. Oh, another guy. I don't know what it is. They keep saying the VAW thing. I'm gonna report. I'll let YouTube sort it out. Here we go. Gone. Cool. So Mikey, I'll give you another shout out. He gave a super chat earlier of $20. I really appreciate that, Mikey. Especially, I mean, the other stream was only 2 days ago, and you did the same thing. So hopefully next time you won't have to do that, right? Nice. Delve through Delusional. I like that. That's funny. Yeah. So this one here, Yodi, you're right. It is a G07. Sill pads are so much better than thermal compound. Bought a ton of them from Pure. Yeah, I actually bought every single one that he made. He's talking about this one here. You can see it actually has it. It's so old, but it does have it on there. I think I did replace this. What I should have done really is sand this down a little bit to make the contact better. But anyway, this is the Mylar. That's a perfect example. That's Mylar right there. This is the silicon, Mylar replacement that doesn't need compound or anything. So I did cap this, but what I may do, just to tune it up, is maybe remove this and reapply everything and switch it out. Same thing with this. I might sand this a little bit just to get the rust off, so it'll make good contact if it needs to. And I did replace the width coil on this. That's brand new. I didn't do I typically don't do the B+, and I inspected the flyback and it looks fine. So I think this is fine. It just needs that fuse. So let's see. That fuse is right next to the B+. That may be the reason why it's not letting current. It makes perfect sense. So if I were to measure that right now in circuit, even if it's blown, it will beep like it's fine. But that's actually false. You got to remove it from circuit. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, sorry guys, my headphones, I just whacked the microphone. It was in the way. Alright, so I don't know if you can hear that, but alright. I could, you know what, since I'm done soldering, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this fan off, and I'll turn it on when I need it. But I can hear the beep better now, because I had the noise filter on. So if you test it, right, it's going to test that it's good. But, I don't know, it looks a little suspect. It might be fine, I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm going to pull it right now. So, this is it right here. Let's see. That's it. FR901. And I'm really tempted. Oh, man. I'm probably, let me just look at my parts here. This is for the K4600. This is all K7000 stuff. Oh man, I have it here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So I'm just being super thorough. But look at it, I have all this bag of parts. I mean, I probably have like hundreds of dollars worth of over time I've accumulated. But what I'm looking for is, see, like I have all these K7000 pots. I order them in, in bulk just to have them all. But tip 31C, these are more like pots, transistors. This is actually for 4600. That's one of the cards. These are the old, I keep the old ones just in case because they don't make them anymore, but these are the old crusty ones that I've removed. So what I'm looking for actually is there's fuse. It's like, you know how fuses, you can pop them in and out and they have the brackets? I actually bought the brackets because these are pigtail fuses. When I take this out, I want to put those brackets in there so that I can just pop a regular fuse in there. But I don't know, if it's good fuse, I'm just going to leave it in there, so maybe I won't need it. But if it's bad, then I'll have to do that. So these are more like old pop. I need one of those organizers to put all my parts in, but I just have so many. So it wasn't in that stockpile. I still have a whole box and crate with more stuff in it. Like this is more transistors here, that wasn't it. Let's see. It's gonna work on the G07, right? I have a G07 bag where I split everything up. Is this it? This is a 4900 stuff. Yeah, this is the 4900 stuff. This might be the G07 bag. Let's see. Yeah, Yodi's, what are you saying? That they're you always replace a flyback on the 19-inch, but never replace it on the 13-inch. Oh, okay. You'll never be able to get a full screen. Yeah. Hey, we have more spam. Woo! No problem. You're out of here. Boom. So what I'm gonna do, they keep typing the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead. You could actually set filters to remove unwanted spam where it just doesn't let you post at all. It's like keywords. That's how I got rid of them last time, but whatever. So I'm gonna go through these parts again. So these are 2K pots, resistors. These are power resistors for a G07. I bought all that because I knew that there might be something power related going on with my G07. So it should be in here. Stuff that I need. These are all resistors. This might be K7000 stuff. Yeah, this is K7000 transistors. These are expensive, and I have a whole bunch of them. This is also the IC, IC2, IC3 for vertical collapse. Yeah, I probably have them in. Actually, let me think about this. Let me disappear for 30 seconds. I think I know where it is. I have a box with fuses only, and I think I put the brackets in the fuse so they wouldn't get lost. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now and not press spacebar. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put my headphones down here. All right, so good news, I found them. So what they are is they're, I'll zoom in on this, but they're brackets that that hold everything in there. And I even write on it. What did I write on here? FR901. It's hard to see without. For smaller 5x15 fast blow fuse. So you can basically take them out, you put the brackets in, and then you don't have to worry about the pigtails anymore. Alright, see you later, guys. Later, Yodi. Thanks for stopping by. And I want to see what the value is. But anyway, let me go ahead and take this out. FR401. So let me grab that. So Jeff was complaining. He was trying to take his out, of how hard it was to take out. So I'm curious how mine is going to fare versus his to take it out. So let's see. Is it not coming out? Yeah, I might have to heat it up and push it out. They get hot is a problem. So let's see if I get lucky. 901, right? There it is. It's coming out. Yeah. I think I got it. Let me just see if I can grab it. Did I not get it? It's right next to that. Nope, that was the wrong one. It's F901, not FR. Again, you know, you catch yourself. Just gotta easily put back, so no big deal. It's a good reflow, I guess, right? At that point. So the one I want to take is right next to it. I think it's this one. F901. I'm trying to find it. I think that's it right there. Is that right? Yeah, it's right next to this connector here, so that looks like it's it. It's going across. I don't know how that's in there. I don't want to take that out if I don't have to. So it looks like there's two. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. It's these four. Let's see. Is that it? I can't tell if I'm taking it out. Yeah, Jeff was right. It's kind of a little pain in the butt to take out. Well, now I'm just looking on here. It says F901. It's the set that's furthest away from the cap. So it looks like it's these two. But it doesn't look right. I just can't see. So much for, that's like famous last words with arcade stuff. It's like, yeah, I'll just take this, it'll be a few minutes, and then an hour later you're still here trying to figure it out. Just look, just get in there and how is that in there? Alright, got my finger on that. Yeah, it's the one next to it. Oh, it's these two. Okay, so those are actually dead. Alright, so now I see what's going on. So, it's just me not being familiar because I've never really had the need to take these out. But so I'm going to fill these back in. These were just filled with nothing. Oh, you know what? Let me turn off my fan before I die. So it's this one and that one, so I'm going to take out. That makes sense. So because this is hard to take out, I'm going to add solder. The flux will help. Take it out. I think I got it. Let's see. It might be hot, so I gotta be careful. Yep. That's exactly it. Right out. Ah, I'm missing the other side. There we go. So what's good is that kind of dirty underneath, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that, and well, let me take my glasses off now. I don't need them anymore. I'm actually gonna just get some alcohol. I'm just gonna get underneath there because there was some corrosion I saw. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, let's test this thing. Let's see. So I got my multimeter. There. I can turn this off now. I'm gonna put it right there. It's gonna go to continuity. Doesn't have to be on because it's we hear the beep. Let's see. Yep, it tests good. It's not getting good contact, that's why it's beeping crazy like that. So, I'm curious if anybody knows offhand what the value is on that. I wonder if I should just... I mean, it's a good fuse. Why should I... Yeah, I'm going to put it back in. If it were bad, I would probably switch out the brackets and then put a brand new fuse in there, but... Yeah, I'll deal with... I'm going to go back and look. Alright. So I'm just going to pop it back in. Let me just double check it again. I'm going to actually put it on these right here. Yeah, it's totally good. But, yeah, you got to check that one out of circuit. Because it'll give you a false reading in there. So now I'm just going to try to stick this in here by doing this. So we went from a 4900 to, I can't really see in there. Let's see if I can get a light. There's like a shadow that I can't really see. There we go. There's one side. And I have to use my tweezers. What did I do with those? Oh, right here. I bent it by mistake. The leg. Nice. Come on. Alright, almost have it. There we go. Good thing it's friction is really holding it in. That's great. I can just flip it over. Get her done. Put on the fan one last time. And I'm just doing that to tack it in. Should be able to push it without getting burned. That's good. I'll double check it now on the other side. Nope, that was not good. I'll tell you why. It's because it fell out before I could solder it. See, that's what I'm telling you. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. That's hilarious that how I missed it. So now I got to do it all over again. That shadow, man, that's like a huge shadow from this thing. Let's try this thing. Okay, so I'm going to try to hold it in by the glass without getting burned. Pack it in there first. Let's see if I can fit it. Alright, that I can tell was there. Back it the real way. This is it right there. Talk about dedication, right? This one. I don't know if those 2 points are supposed to be together, so. Sure. Just wants to. I have to look at it and see. We're good. So all that for nothing. It's perfectly fine. So this G07, I gotta take another hard look at it. Most likely, I mean, I do have a G07 flyback. Do I want to change out the flyback? I mean, I had to repair it. This is all messed up, and I thought I did a really good job on this. So, and then I don't have a cover for this one, so I might desolder that, put another similar to what I did there down there. I don't want it arcing. That's only ground though, so I don't know. Whatever. I'll work on that in the future, but at least I know now that fuse is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all my fuse stuff. I will put that back. Zoom out a little bit. Hey Josh, thanks man. Thanks for hanging out. It's really cool. Hopefully it made the day go by, or your night go by quicker. But yeah, so let me switch camera angles here. Let me first of all, let me turn this off. I don't need this anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back to here. That should be good. You should see me now. And perfect. Cool. Yeah, today was my cheat day. Like I say, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA select. I hardly wear the shirt, but it's cool. So thanks for hanging out, for sure. I got it done, and once I get the neck board on there, which is, you know, right here. Oops. I'm gonna put this on, get all the pots on. I can fire up the monitor, and then we can say it's good to go because the cabinet's ready. It's at Jeff's house. He just has to bring it over at his leisure, and then I just got to put everything back in because it did play blind. So we'll have Ring King down here. I just got to figure out what I want to do. I have a cocktail that's kind of dormant, doing nothing, that has Tetris in it for now. It's a JAMA board. But I want to stick that JAMA board in a cabaret. So I have a cabaret that I want to restore, but I might have to wait till the spring because it's cold out now. Yeah, cool. Well, thanks again for everybody hanging out. If you like this, you know, do the usual, the good stuff that everybody does where, you know, hit a thumbs up. That's really helpful, and it kind of spread the word that, you know, for my cause, just to help and pay it forward. So, and also I'm on Twitter, so I'll probably post links there. If you guys miss any feeds or anything, I'll do that. And then also at Instagram. There is also, if you type in Delusional's Arcade at Facebook, I have an old page on there that I still, you know, I still frequent, but I'm trying to discover, you know, show ideas and stuff. I'll post stuff on Facebook, but also I'm trying to start a Discord server, so you might find links in that below. If you don't, there's other videos I've done with the roundtable that I definitely post them in there, so go check it out. Nice. Thanks, Mikey, for stopping by. Thanks again for the super chat. I really appreciate that. You know, it doesn't let me scroll up. Yeah, I'll do it again. So this is a super chat that you sent earlier. Thanks again, man. Funds for more big giant German power supplies. So, and that's because I showed him the Colecovision stuff. So I really appreciate it. It's really cool that you guys do that. It really keeps me motivated, you know. Even though you really don't do it for the money, it just shows that people care, which is really cool. I've made a lot of great friends in this hobby, you know. I don't regret it at all. Cool, guys. All right, so that's it for now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and promote, I guess, the Delusionals Roundtable. I do have a show. It's really cool where we get together with the guys. We didn't do it this week. Everybody was kind of tired, but, you know, we have some trivia. We started messing around with that. So we have some trivia that I put together. I put together some questions by myself, you know, like from scratch, and then I got some from the web, altered them a little bit. Kapow has done that too. We're going to combine forces and try to get some sort of like fun trivia with arcade-related things. Maybe a little bit of pinball. So yeah, burning the candle from both ends. Yeah, I'm over that. I did that all last month, by the way. Cool. Yeah, Mikey, that's cool. I mean, I don't know if you know, but I did buy, this is a 4K camera that I just decided to spring for and just to buy for the channel. It was like, it was expensive. It was like, you know, with the lens itself is like $800, and then the camera is probably, you know, like another, I don't know, $1,000. So it's almost like $2,000. But I felt it was necessary because, you know, I'll use it for this. I use it for arcade tours, for the channel mostly, but you know, also for, I don't know, not really home use. I never really use it. I was telling myself, oh, I'm going to buy it for photography, but I've never done anything with that yet. But still, you know, it goes towards the cause, and I did pay ahead of time, so anything helps, which is cool. But don't worry about that. You know, that's my issue with trying to pay the channel and get everything paid for this hobby that I have. So I'll make up for it with games, so don't worry about that. Cool. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the quality, if you like the music. Somebody commented, I think the guy from Coin Rejects came by, Brandon, and he said that, you know, he wasn't a fan of the music, but, you know, I try to make it more lively and less boring. Usually when I have the guys on too, we'll just cut the music completely and just, you know, do that. But great. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you later. Be safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.